Hi, I'm Father Stephen Kirk, Executive Director of the Powerful Futures Initiative, powerfulfutures.org. We're beginning our media podcasting for the summer, and we're starting a new podcast, a PFI local sports podcast, and the Dickinson Girls Podcast. And I just want to take a moment on this occasion to thank all our corporate sponsors who've come through for us this year, allowed us to have 2 outstanding basketball camps, and now we're moving into our media. And so we just want to say thank you, and a special shout out to the Dickinson Management District that provided us with a major grant this year under the leadership of their president, the Reverend Johnny Simpson. So we're just thankful for all our corporate sponsors, especially Dickinson Management District, for all your support this year and the way that you've helped us, investing us in impacting, transforming lives in Dickinson ISD. So as we begin on this occasion for this podcast and media work, we take a moment to say thank you for all your contributions, and God bless you. Thank you.
From your point of view, I would like to get a couple of topics that you think that needs to be put on a louder stage from your point of view. I know a lot of adults may be like, Kanaya, there's no reason for you to be stressed out. You know, you don't have to worry about paying bills. You just go to school, you go to sports, and it's over. Ivy, why are you crying? You never even see what a water bill looks like. Or why are you so emotionally stressed or frustrated? Y'all have no problems in the world. And I know a lot of adults may view you all as just children, but y'all are our future. Y'all are the youth, and y'all are going to be what guides us going forward. So I would love to get a couple of topics that you feel like we should discuss going forward.
I'm going to start with, like you being said, on being tired. Because, like everybody in here done said, we have a lot of extracurricular activities, and then we still have school. And then you can't, with you being the extracurricular activity, and especially sports, you can't just be in school. You got to be passing, and almost everybody here in athletics. So you got to have at least the 80 because of UIL. And with school, because especially if you got honors classes and stuff like that, you're going to have harder work. So you got to put your all in that and keep trying. And even if you don't get it, you got to keep it. And then if you come and you had a hard day at school or something like that, you still got to come home. Like, you remember when we took our STAR test and then right after school we still had practice? Yeah. We're still tired from that. And adults might be like, oh, yeah, I'm not paying bills and stuff like that. But I feel like it's more to life than bills. I feel like it's rich people in the world that's house paid off, car paid off, utilities all taken care of, but still depressed. Because there's more stuff to live in. It's more stuff to life than outside of bills and just being an adult.
I absolutely agree. And I feel like this is exactly why y'all's voice needs to be heard, because there's adults who still haven't grasped the concept that it's more than just money or making sure that you have everything. Like, we need to be living and enjoying life. I like that. Okay, and Naomi, what topics would you like for us to discuss or see in the future?
When people say that our feelings are not valid. I understand you might have your opinion and whatnot about how you think we should feel, but at the end of the day, they're my feelings, and I can feel the way I want to feel. And then when they say that we're not stressed and whatnot, and we have all these honors classes and above-level classes and all of the schooling and sports and tests, but then they complain when they have to do something extra at work. But that's us doing extra work at school, but they don't see eye to eye. Just because y'all are older, we have the same thing. It's just in different scales because of our age. I don't feel like people see that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think it's, again, the point of view. Because I'm sure when your parents were your age, they felt that they were stressed, and now the role has been reversed. So I definitely love that, shifting the point of view and managing the schedules and things like that. And then also one thing that you said was emotions. One thing that I am realizing in this world is that even adults don't know how to manage their own emotions. So it's very easy, especially when you are talking and working with children, for you to just put theirs on the back burners because adults do it to themselves every day. And one thing my mom mentioned to me, she was like, self-care is something that really just came with my generation. I know it's something that y'all hear a lot about on a daily basis. So a lot of adults who, even in my age group or even older, have, and this is not to validate them, but they have sacrificed and neglected themselves to where they don't know how to pour in or validate or even take the time to understand what y'all are going through. So the fact that you can express this, for one, shows that you have emotional intelligence. And the main thing is to remember going forward when you're working with people, who are younger than you, older than you, that you have a level of emotional intelligence, and to continue that and to spread it going forward. Miss Abigail.
I kind of want to build off of the whole stress thing. It's a lot. Being an eighth grader, being a ninth grader, it's a lot. I remember when I was in eighth grade that I was in algebra, and I wouldn't say I was really struggling per se, but I was definitely stressed. We do a lot. I do like maybe 3 or 4 different things a day, including school. And then I still go home and I do homework, which I'm sure that all of y'all agree y'all have to go home and do right after sports. Like STAR testing, you mentioned that. You had to go to practice. After STAR testing for us this year, we had to go to sectionals and rehearsals. And after that, I had martial arts. And it's a buildup because we also have all these other little things that go on the weekends. Like we have competitions on the weekends, we have the tournament on the weekends, we have the performances on the weekends. There's no stop, there's no end. It doesn't matter how old you are, it's just getting piled up more and more. And then I understand as like the adults, it came with your generation or your mom's generation, as you said it, but I feel like they would at least have understood that when they were a kid that these were the same struggles, but I don't understand how they seem to forget their own life experiences when talking to us and how I don't see it. I understand that there's a issue with the ages and all that and how they see it, but it's just I don't see how they don't understand it. And they don't understand how I see it. And then it just ends up being a whole blowout of a mess that shouldn't be a blowout.
Yes, I definitely think that's going to be an amazing topic because it's like how quick are they to forget? But it is very easy to forget, what it was like to not drive a car after you have driven a car and owned a car. Or for example, a lot of y'all can ride bikes, correct? Mm-hmm. Y'all probably want to go hop on a tricycle or like something smaller like that. So, and again, this isn't to validate, but I think that is going to be an amazing, amazing topic to talk about. And I think the biggest thing there is communication between the different generations to remind and to explain like how you're feeling and to remind them, hey, you may have felt this way as well. So very good, Abigail. Miss Jocelyn.
I feel like something we need to work on is like emotional awareness, because like I feel like because adults they'll tell us like to push our feelings aside because we don't have to listen to them, we actually do it and don't pay attention. And so it's like that's something we need to work on and something like we need to talk about with adults to work on, because it's like we have feelings too and they wouldn't want their feelings to be disregarded either by somebody older than them. And so it's like basically how would they feel if like they were our age and getting disregarded by multiple adults? Just kind of like tell them like to shut down their feelings because we don't have anything to worry about.
I completely agree. And I will say this, I did have to go meet with the administration of one of the campuses, and she was talking about a student and how when the student was getting in trouble, this student was able to articulate, even though this person is an adult and a teacher, they were very disrespectful. I tried to communicate with them and they continued to be disrespectful. So that administrator was able to, understand that that child did have that emotional intelligence we're talking about, and that the staff member needed correction. Now, is every administrator like that? No. Of course not. But again, and that's why I feel like it's very important for you to have these voices, because I remember the first time we met in our mentor group, I literally took so many notes and so many quotes from just stuff that came out your mouth. I was just like, wow, these are 8th graders. So your voices definitely need to be heard. And I'm hearing a lot about stress management, emotional intelligence, and having communication. And Ms. Ivy, what topics are you interested in?
I would have to agree on the communication, because I feel like in a lot of things, communication is big to understand and talk to people. So I just would be able to like wish that adults like could understand us a lot more and see stuff in our view.
I agree. I definitely think that we're going to be very, very busy. We definitely have a lot to talk about. Y'all have a lot to say and to get off your chest. I feel like y'all have a lot that definitely needs to be heard on all ages, especially because y'all are in a very amazing transition period. You're literally coming from being a child, evolving into a young adult. So you're just grasping so much stuff. You're having lots of sensory overload. So the fact that y'all are able to take in all this information and process it and have an intelligent conversation, I'm definitely looking forward to the future of where this podcast is going to go.